Hello, my name is Avi Behar. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of the Behar Group. I'm excited to be standing in the lovely presentation center of Treviso Condos at Dufferin and Lawrence, a wonderful themed and mixed-use development by Lanterra. And I'm just waiting for the arrival of two interviewees that I'm going to be having a discussion with, Saša Krcmar, the president of Krcmar Surveyors, and Altin Nani, the president of Duka Management. We're going to have a little conversation and hope you enjoy it. To me, one of the most important things is getting involved at the earliest possible stage of the development. And really what I've spoken about recently is being involved straight from the acquisition stage, not the design development stage or some later phase where plans have already been put together and then you're already backtracking. So I wanted to sort of put that out there and get some opinion on how that's evaluated.
So if the developer is planning to go to market, the first thing he's normally going to do is he's going to be working with the architect to prepare drawings. They may even want to go, eventually they'll get to the black lines stage where they're going to start putting all the marketing materials together. And what we've always suggested is before you get to the marketing materials stage, let us get involved to review the areas that the architect provided, because typically we'll easily find a couple square foot per model type.
Not only three of us here, but the architect and whoever else it may be as well. Because if, let's say, just an architect or a designer may see just on the architectural point of view, you have to see it, from the end product, how this tenant is going to function.
Yeah.
You have to see it, from the other side, how this one is going to operate, integrate, those areas, facilities, how it's going to be the end product of this thing. And in my aspect, of course, I have to see it, that it's going to be sellable, it's going to be functionable. So all these kind of things, have to be taken into consideration.
We look at how can we help developers succeed, and part of it is putting ourselves in their shoes. That's why I do the tear-on areas, because I want them to get every square foot that they can out of their development. And if they can get it on the residential side and on the commercial side and maximize the saleability, that's key for them.
On the condo commercial, there are a lot of details that we have to take into consideration. For example, commercial doesn't share only the space, they share services as well. So I'm just going to take one for example, the garbage waste service. I can say that if you have a restaurant or grocery store, they're going to be, one of the biggest producers of this waste. Therefore, the cost, have to be taken into consideration. You cannot proportionally share just because of the area, without not taking into consideration this expense.
If you have, let's say, a recessed entry, well, those recessed entries that have an overhang, in my mind, are part of the commercial unit. If I have an actual overhang of the building that cantilevers over and creates almost like a sidewalk effect, well, I'm assigning that area as part of the base commercial area, because who's going to use that area except the guy whose unit it is? The question really becomes, what is my long-term vision for this property? Obviously the residential condo units I'm going to be selling them. But if my long-term vision is to keep the commercial area for myself and lease it out or whatever I'm going to do, then that greatly changes the concept versus if I'm just going to sell it to people and let them buy a piece of the commercial space.
It is on human nature that if you are the owner of this property, you're going to take care of it more. And of course, if you are professional, you know how it should be done, and then these things are adding up. So it's giving more security to a person to own a freehold rather than to own a unit in a condo complex.
Saša, Altin, thank you very much, and hopefully we'll get together again.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much for having us. We really appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.